What's up, everybody? It's your boy Matty Cuts, and we're about to do a drop fade right now. It's gonna be fresh, so stay tapped in. I'm gonna be dropping a lot of gems in this video. Let's get started. So I'm going in with my shaver, and I'm shaving about 90% of the surface area below the trimmer guideline. So we're not going all the way up so that it doesn't get harder to take that line out when we're trying to hit it with the trimmer. So I'm just hitting it with the shaver right now, right? And then the next step, it will be the clipper guard open, as I'm showing right now. And the method is going to be, so we're going to hit it open about a finger length, and I will start closing it as I go down. So I will go halfway and I'm going to go close. What I mean by when I go halfway on the lever is I'm putting the lever halfway and I'm going halfway into the guideline, and so on and so forth. So when I close it, I'm going to close it all the way and I'm going to hit it all the way in the bottom of the guideline. So right now I went halfway, and right now I'm hitting it all the way close. So now I'm hitting the most bottom line. So we're trying to blend out that line that was created by the trimmer. And then don't panic if it doesn't come out on the first try. This is kind of like you're setting your foundation and then you got to go detail it. So it's not going to come out, so don't panic. If it doesn't come out, then you're just going to follow it up with your trimmer, which is what I'm going to do right now. And that usually makes it a lot smoother. So it's definitely making it a lot smoother. So I'm going to go to my second guideline. I'm going to go with my 0.5 all the way open. And so you see me just kind of flicking up. That way it doesn't create a harsh guideline above, and it makes it easier to take out when we go into our next guideline. And around the C cup, you can see I'm leaving it a little darker because he does want to keep his C cup a little darker. And I'm brushing it down, keeping it clean. So I'm going halfway, and I'm flicking halfway into that guideline. That way it smooths it out. And then I'm going to go all the way close, and I'm in the bottom of that guideline now. When I'm close, I'm basically trying to take out the guideline that was created before. So now we're going to move on to our 1.5. And right here, I'm going to be exaggerating that flick a little bit more because this is going to be one of the last guards I want to use. Usually that's not always the case, but I'm going to try to make it so that happens. So I'm flicking all the way up, finger length, and then I'm gonna go halfway. This is gonna be the only guideline where I don't go halfway and then all the way close, because so that's halfway. The reason I said, so I'm flicking halfway into that guideline, but the reason I said I'm not gonna go all the way close is because I'm gonna, instead of going close with my 1.5, I'm just gonna bring my number 1 open and flick into that, and that should soften it up. So this is halfway, and you can tell I'm using my corners. I'm not just using like one tad bit on my corner, but I'm kind of tilting my clipper so that just kind of like it's like 1/2 of my blade is hitting that guideline. So now right here, I'm following it up with the number 1. Should be making it smoother, but like I said, if it doesn't get that guideline out, don't panic. What we're gonna do is we're gonna drop down to our guideline below, which was a 0.5 open, right? So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. And this is what I call detailing, because now you're going back down. You went up, you set your foundation, you went up with your guidelines, and now you're going back down just to kind of clean it up. So right here I'm going with my 0.5 open, and you see I'm using that corner right there, because we're not trying to set any more guidelines, we're trying to blend this out. So now I'm going to use a number 2 to blend it up into the bulk. So I'm just trying to get any long hairs, and then I will follow up with the clip over comb. So right here, I came back down to the 1.5, and I'm hitting it with the corners just to blend it in between the 1.5 and the number 2, just to get any clean little discrepancies. Right here is where you want to be neat, and you want to kind of like be very nitpicky on your work, and just kind of like if you see any darknesses, just attack it right away. That way you could just get it out the way and start going on to your next step. So I followed it up with the 1.5 right below the number 2. Here I got the number 1, and I'm hitting it right below that 1.5 just to get any like I said, if you see any like darknesses and you're afraid, and you want to attack them in the moment, because you don't want it so that it kind of like you kind of forget about it later on. So right here you can see he has a lot of dents. Well, not a lot, but there's a denture towards going towards the back of his head. So we have to create it's dark in those areas, so we have to create the illusion. So we got to make it a little lighter so that everything blends in. So that's why I went in with the 1.5 a little higher there. But right here I'm going in with the clipper over comb, and with this we're trying to preserve the shape. All we doing is we're getting any leftover hair that's hanging from the top, just so we can create the shape and blend it up to the top of the hair. There we go. And usually when I do my clipper over comb, I do it with my clipper open, with just so we could play it safe, and it gives us more room for error. There you go. Also, if you guys didn't know, when you guys do clipper over comb and you keep your clipper open and you flare it out, that's basically counting like a number 2. So that's why I like to do that too, just because it blends it in pretty nice. So right here I'm gonna soften up any of the little hairs if it looks a little too heavy with my thinning shears. And then there we go, we styled it, and that's how it looks. And it's your boy Maddie Cuts. Subscribe, and I'll be dropping more videos with better thumbnails, and I'm gonna up my quality as well.